Hear me okay?
You bet.
All right. I'm just going to add a little bit to what Dan said about the opioid crisis, just to put it into a little more perspective. The United States comprises 20% of the world's population, yet we take in 80% of the world's opiates. That's a little crazy. And we're creating addicts. And it doesn't have to be that way. When I was in rehab, I was given a lot of opiates. Nobody wants you to be in pain after you've had your head split open. And so they're putting these opiates in you. And they do one thing first, is they cause you to be constipated. They dehydrate you. And that alone can be something that can take your life. And I got a little taste of the opioids, and your nose starts to itch. It's that craving. And I think that we would be best left if we could have all the options that our doctors could provide for us, not just the pills that are going to damage our bodies. And I'll start with me now and tell you a little bit about myself. In 2007, I was diagnosed with a large brain tumor. And when I say a large brain tumor, I mean a tumor the size of a softball. It took them 18 hours to resect this tumor. And I'm here. I'm thankful for that. However, they weren't able to remove all of the tumor. And I would be transported to a rehabilitational center where I would have to learn to walk again, move the parts of my right side of my face because I have facial paralysis. I still bite my lip every once in a while. And that's tough. Do all these little stupid exercises. But there are tougher things in my life than that. 14 months after being released from rehab, I went back to my neurosurgeon. I said, we need to get some more of this tumor out because it's about living the best quality life that you can live. And he went in and I had another 8-hour surgery. And he removed more tumor. And dang it, he wasn't able to get enough of it out again. So what I have today, is in there, is attached to my brainstem and my optic nerve. There is no going more to have another surgery. I'll put it blunt. My radiation oncologist said there's so much scar tissue. If they try to do another surgery, they will be cutting on your brainstem before you know it. So that option is out. As a result of the second surgery, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. And this has been probably the worst horrible 9 years of my life living with epilepsy. I try to control that with medications, and I try to control other symptoms with medications as well. I suffer from severe nausea and vomiting and other intestinal woes. I have difficulty sleeping. I have it right here. Just read it off. Epilepsy, severe nausea, vomiting, severe weight loss, fatigue, sleeping issues, and believe it or not, irritability. Guys, I've seen that. I get pretty irritable, and then you walk into that grocery store, and there's the checker. Not him. Get somebody over here to check this guy out, because I can't hear it today. So with my epilepsy, I was diagnosed in 2008. I started on anti-epileptic medicines, which started to, control the seizures. But my seizures would decline, and the medications would go up, and the seizures would continue to happen. The medications would be increased. Right now, I'm on the maximum level of my anti-seizure medications. My epileptologist said that there will be no more increase in my medications because I'm at twice the human level of toxicity. And then a few months later, he sent me another email saying the test showed there's been a slight decrease in your kidney function. And I knew that was going to happen with all the medications I'm on. It's hard when you hear it. It's hard when the doctor tells you that. And I know where that's going to lead. It's going to lead down the road to where I have to have dialysis. And I'll be pumped, my blood will be pumped out of my body 3 times a week. And to make it even worse, my uncle's having dialysis right now. He has epilepsy, and as they pump the blood out of him to filter it, he has seizures because they're filtering the medication out of his body at the same time. And that's a scary thing that I'll have to deal with right now. But today I'm dealing with the severe nausea, the vomiting, the weight loss, fatigue, sleeping issues, and irritability. For my nausea and vomiting, I was prescribed one of the most basic pills that the hospital prescribes for patients with nausea and vomiting. And with 15 minutes later, I had a seizure that almost took my life. The medication that was supposed to help me almost took my life. Now my doctors will not prescribe me any medication for nausea or vomiting simply because they're scared it will kill me. I've been so sick with my stomach issues that it's caused me problems. One night when my mother was visiting, I was sick to my stomach and I spent 2 hours in the bathroom. And I was so physically ill that it caused me to have a seizure right there in the bathroom floor. And for me it's a seizure, I'm trying to get used to it. But to have my mom and my wife right there to witness it, that's unacceptable to me. That should be unacceptable to any Missouri patient. Our loved ones should not have to watch us go through this. I've also said that I have weight loss. And I have a little bit of a belly, I guess. But over a course of about a year and a half, I lost 40 pounds just like that. When I go to bed at nighttime, I kind of like to lay like this. It helps my belly problems. Right now, you can feel my rib cage, and that's not a good feeling. I don't like that. So it took me about a year and a half to put on about 20 pounds. I went up to 194, then up to 198. I stepped on the scale today just so I could give you an accurate description. I'm back down to 184 pounds. I have difficulties eating. I have to do applesauce, boost shakes. It's just things like that I can get down, and then in my heart I know if they come up that it's not going to hurt just as bad. And then there are the times when I have a real appetite. And look out if I have a real appetite, because damn it, I'm going to enjoy it. But then it usually hits me. I have hell to pay in the middle of the night. And then I'm usually waking Kimberly up. Again, I don't know if I'm going to make it back from the bathroom. I'm waiting outside the door. Am I going to be so sick again that I have that seizure right there? Nobody'd help me. Is my wife going to wake up next to my lifeless body? Are my parents going to get a phone call saying they've lost their son? Is my grandmother going to have to attend my services? These are things that weigh on my mind quite a bit. I've talked about those, and I'm going to continue with my epilepsy. In 2015, I entered a seizure monitoring unit. I was taking off all my medications. I was hooked up to the EEG. I was videotaped. While I was on the phone with my wife, I had to tell her I was about to have a seizure. Hung up, I clicked the button to tell them I was going to have a seizure, and they all come running because they all want to see that. It's important to them, I guess, put on a little sideshow. They came in, and I believe I had about a 10-minute seizure. It's still on video. I have the video, and I can watch it with the sound off. But with the sound on, it's disturbing because at the end of the video, it sounds like I'm snoring. But that's not a snore. It's what the doctors call a death rattle, a death moan. That's how close I come to dying when I have seizures, because the muscles tense so hard, and it sucks all the oxygen out of my body. My doctor came in the next day and told me I had intractable epilepsy. And I didn't want to accept it, apparently, because I went on for 2 more years having the same seizures, sometimes more dramatic, sometimes not. And when I went to see him again, Lonnie, you have intractable epilepsy. And here's what we can do for you. This is your option. You can go back into the seizure monitoring unit. We can take you off your meds. We can record 2 to 3 weeks of seizures. Then we can go into the operating room. We can cut your head open again. We can place a graph over it, close you up, send you back into the seizure monitoring unit, watch you have more seizures. Then we can go back in, split your head open again, and we can cut out part of your brain. And that's it. They don't get in through the scar tissue and go to the brainstem first. I talked to my doctor about it. I put 8 months thought into it and told him I'm going to need to seek mental advice, psychiatric help. And I went to my doctor. I had him up my anxiety and depression medicine. I went back to talk to my doctor and I said, I can't do this. I just can't do it. And, well, people who don't have their heart into it tend not to do so well. I was thinking about it. Who in the hell could put their heart into something like that? I don't care how bad the epilepsy gets. I know what it's like to be placed on a cold operating table. I know what it's like to have to learn to walk again. I know what it's like to have to do several things again and restore dignity. Patients lose a lot of dignity along the way. We lose our quality of life, and that's what this initiative is about. There are so many people working hard on our behalf, and it is appreciated. And I just want to tell you, because of your hard work, patients are being recognized. It's because of your hard work, Aiden and his dad have a voice. They're able to talk about his epilepsy, his cerebral palsy, and how medical cannabis can help him. You've given Joe, an Army veteran who served in Afghanistan, to return home to be diagnosed with PTSD, and now he relies on a concoction of addictive medications. Is that how in the hell we're supposed to treat our veterans who served our country? You've given me a voice, and it's a loud voice. It may not be well put together right now, but it's a loud voice. And there are several others out there like Parker and his mom Candace. Parker was diagnosed with a severe form of progressive epilepsy, meaning it's not going to get better as he takes medicine. It's going to get worse. Why shouldn't he be allowed to try medical cannabis and the healing properties that are found in this plant? Why is someone who served our country not allowed to be able to treat themselves with medical cannabis? Why should I not have that right after I've done everything the doctors have told me, with the exception of the surgery? Why should I not have that right? My doctors are very limited in what they can do because of the current laws. And I've done everything that they've asked me to do. I've taken medicines, I've taken treatments, I've had multiple surgeries, multiple surgical procedures, and I can go no further. It is so incredibly important that we bring this to the state of Missouri. We're needing it. We rely on it. Several Missourians are in need of this. And I've talked long enough, and I just want to leave you with this thought. This pill right here, these pills, it's lorazepam. It's supposed to rescue me from a seizure. It doesn't work. We've tried it multiple times, and it doesn't work. I don't know why I carry it around with me. Maybe it's for comfort. Maybe it's just to kind of show off. I don't know. Maybe it's to make me look special. That damn it, I am special. And so are the tens of thousands of patients in Missouri. We're vulnerable. We're not weak. And we are taking a stand, and we're working together. And I truly, truly believe that we are going to do this in 2018.
Yeah.
Finally, I just want to say one thing. I am proud to call you my friends. And I hope the friendships that we endure along the way will go far beyond our victory in 2018. I hope to meet you again, even if it's just to say hi, shake your hand. I don't care, you are my friends. You're standing out, you're standing up, you're making our voices heard. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.